Hi, welcome to the kickoff of the European Subsidies project. Yeah, we don't have that many people in the call yet. I hope we have you watching, and later on, if you can join the call, the hangout in the meantime, or if you watch us later, you probably have gotten our invite on Slack, and if you haven't, do drop us a line and we will invite you to Slack and you can introduce yourselves there. So let's, first we have a small agenda for today. First we will introduce ourselves and the team, and then we want to quickly talk about the vision and give an overview of our timeline and the project and how we're going to do things technically. And then we would like, if people join us for the call, we can do a full introduction round and would say something about the name. We just get a call, we're just being told that the URL is not working, which would explain why people haven't joined us yet. So just wait a second, and then we try to add more people to the call in the meantime. So while Loic is doing that, let's move on to the introductions. Maybe we start with my team member, Bela. You want to first introduce yourself?
Sure. So hello everyone, my name is Bela. I'm working together with Anna on open budgets for more than a year now. I will mainly be working on the front end of the project that we're talking about today, the EU subsidy data, and other things I've been doing is preparing some issues for you in GitHub that you can be working on in the near future. And other than that, yeah, I do other things, but that is the main thing I do for this project.
Okay. We quickly, Loic is going to do the second introduction, and in the meantime, I will try and fix the link.
Hey everyone. I am basically the tech lead on this project. I work for Open Knowledge International, various project, but this project is definitely one of the big ones for the autumn. And yeah, I'm going to be helping everybody find neat things to do and organize the technical aspect of the work, from basically the sourcing all the way to visualization. So that's it for me. My name is Loic, like I said, and I'm based also in Berlin with the two people there.
Right. Okay, we're gonna quickly see if we can get you all on board, because the Google link doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, Rui, that's you, right?
Yeah.
How did you get on?
Well, I used the link that I've received on my email account, not the one that was on Slack.
Okay.
Maybe that's.
Bela, maybe you can send that over.
Yeah, I think.
Do you want me to send you the link?
Can you send that link in Slack?
Yeah.
Great. If you post that link in Slack for everyone who is viewing, we have now 9 viewers, which is much better. For everyone who has been viewing, then you can join the actual Hangout call. Great.
So I'm the only one on the call.
Yes, you're the only one who found the actual joining link. In the meantime, we do have 11 viewers by now, so that's good. So I know you're out there. I just can't that. And we will be doing a larger round of introductions for everyone who would now be joining on the link on Slack, or the link that I sent you, the link that you just got in your email box. To join us for the call, and then we continue with kind of our vision for the project and how we want to set this up together. So what, as I already sent out as I send out in the emails, we want to bring all the data on EU subsidies together, and that's pretty ambitious. And but we feel it's incredibly important to have beyond what we have on an aggregated EU level, that we actually can drill it down all the way to member state level. And the main goal of all of this is to actually create good investigative stories with this data to actually go to the bottom of these EU subsidies. So the goal is not just having a large pile of data, but in the end of the day, our goal is to create good investigative stories around this. That's also why we're really, really thrilled of all of you who've responded to us and who are now with us on the Slack channel. I think at least 30 of you said you're a freelance journalist or journalist, so that is really important. So that's really important for us to not only collect data, but really bring this data alive and turn that into good investigative stories. Could you open the agenda again? I can have the links over there. There you go. The other one. Awesome. So, and then finally, what we really try to do here with this project, also bringing you together on the putting up all these different channels, is make sure also that we form a bit of a community of other journalists and other geeks and EU policy wonks and financial transparency geeks, find each other in this small realm and hopefully really can strengthen each other in bringing out new stories, bringing data together, and that is the final thing. So that's a bit of vision on the project. As you've probably already noticed, we do not have a front end yet. We don't even have a name officially, except for all EU subsidies. So that's also a thing that I want your input on what we would have for a name. But we will be building this up and hopefully really build this up together as a community together in this project. So what our plan is, in terms of project management, I will record another webinar, also where people can call in this Friday on what the different tools are that we're going to use in terms of GitHub, Waffle, and the wiki, and explain the different process of how we're going to work together. The other thing is a bit of a timeline that we were thinking of. We're with a tremendous amount of people, much more than we thought. So that would be really, really fun. It would be really, really fun if we, and it makes the work as we had imagined it much easier. Loic will quickly tell you something about the different stages of the work that we have in mind. I can quickly tell you that roughly what we have in mind for milestones and data is that in the run-up, in the rest of September, we will be, you will still get loads of Slack messages and loads of input from us in terms of calls that we're going to organize. As I wrote you yesterday, we're going to organize even like a GitHub setup call tutorial this week still, then another one the next week. Loic will do a beginner's tech call on how to source data, and an advanced tech call. We will then do a roundtable around EU data in the coming weeks. And then we want to start to build up the work, and at the end of December, as we have about 100 data sets, then at the end of September, we want to look how far are we and what is realistic, and then hopefully we're actually done with the data and with mapping the data and sourcing all the data halfway October, and then in the meantime working on a front end and starting to build up into a launch that we actually have a proper front-end website where you can just query to all the data sets and start to work on stories together. So that's for the part of our vision and kind of how we're going to build up this project. Then I give it over to Loic, who is going to tell you more about the technical details on what that actually means.
Hello. So it's a pity that we can't all interact here. So I'm gonna pose some questions and stuff. So right now I'm just gonna briefly expose the project from the technical perspective, but I won't be long at all. These are basically the basic steps. First of all, I work with Open Knowledge and the Open Knowledge Foundation. And so we have basically, we're pushing a whole bunch of tools and specifications to handle data, and we're going to use them basically. So there are two important things that we will rely on for the whole data aspect of the project. These are basically frictionless data, and I'll post a link to that. And we also have basically already a data storage system for fiscal data to go to, and that's where cleaned up and modeled data will end up. So maybe, Bela, you could send the next.openspending.org URL to the crew. This website that just appeared on the general Slack channel is the backend that we're using. That is already in place, although it's still in alpha/beta mode. And it basically can ingest fiscal data, and it has already a lot of visualization capabilities, query capabilities, and so this means that we've basically got a lot of the work already done. This won't stop us from making another website, more tailored. Oh, we have lots of people coming in now. That's great. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. That's lonely. No? Awesome. Well done, Bela.
That was Anna.
Well done, Anna. Okay, so essentially, yes. So this is one thing I wanted to stress. We're gonna run with the tools. We have frictionless data tools. We'll have a whole webinar on this. And the basic steps, the data and the collection, basically, is sourcing. And we need everybody's help on that stage, because everybody can do it. There's going to be a bit of data transformation, data wrangling, and then I think I have like a few people who are tech savvy and that can help on that. There's definitely a website, front end stuff to do eventually, and that can also be part of the technical jobs that we have to do. So essentially, I won't go further, but what I want to say is that next week we'll organize various different technical tutorials to show people the various groups what they can do, and then I'll be supervising, and I'll be available for people to ask questions and supervising the work of everybody. I hope that's my goal. But my goal is to do the least I can. My goal is that we get this data in a really nice way, and that we have really cool stories come out of it. So let's all work towards that goal.
Right. So then we are at point 4 of the agenda, which is the introduction of teams. I think that we're going to flesh that out during the project. Luckily, Slack can produce as many channels as we want, so as many teams as are necessary. We roughly think we have a sourcing squad. As Loic already said, everyone can do data sourcing in terms of just describing the data set. Everyone can do that. We're going to have definitely teams of different teams of journalists working on different stories together. We already got an email asking a very to-the-point question. We're with a bunch of freelance journalists now in this project. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to make sure that, you know, if you have a hunch, it is, or if you have a lead on the data, that you, that's not someone else takes that story and suddenly publish it on their name. In that sense, I trust that a lot of you, that we can work together in trust and work together generously in sharing, but also that if it's the case, but also that if someone comes with a lead or with a story first, then you respect as well in that sense. However, I know we're definitely not the first ones doing one of these cross-border projects and working together as groups of journalists. So I would really like if you have worked previously on a bigger journalism project, especially cross-border projects with people from all angles, and you have guidelines, and you previously had some projects, but you also work with people from all angles, and you have guidelines, then you that you would please do share these different guidelines with us, and we will in the coming 2 weeks, as I said, we're still building up a lot. We're devising in teams. We're doing a lot of calls to explain our work stream. So that is going to be for the coming 2 weeks the focus. And in the meantime, we will. I think it's a really good thing is if we as a community then discuss also how we're working together more on this story kind of thing. But in the bottom line, the principle is working with respect together, basically, and working very generously together on that. And then as a final point, no, 2 final points. One is that for everyone who's in the call or on Slack, please, yeah, let's make a quick round of introductions and what brought you to the project, a bit about your background and where you would like to contribute. And then I sent around an email yesterday saying, as a last point, we don't have a name yet, and I would like to have a name. It's always a good thing. So we had 3 suggestions, and our 3 suggestions so far, but if you have better suggestions, then do let us know. Our 3 suggestions are Open ESIF, and ESIF stands for European Structural and Investment Funds. Well, open is we open it all up. The other one could be EU subsidies uncovered, and the final one would be subsidy stories. And so, yeah, let's make a quick round of discussions. For me, entirely on the left is Danny. So I would like to start with Danny. Danny, would you like to introduce yourself?
So I'm working for Open Knowledge International. I'm a researcher at Open Knowledge International who already also worked with open budgets, so I'm familiar with the project for a couple of months now already. I have a digital humanities background, so not so much data science, but if you want data-driven analysis of content and yeah, some background in, for example, network analysis, Twitter analysis, and I'm getting more and more into data analysis now. And I think this is a really nice test bed for me to expand a bit my data mining skills. So I would like to actually work on this end, and also trying to maybe find nice visualizations in order to tell nice stories with the data that you can find. And yeah, besides that, I'm working for example, projects like the Global Open Data Index. But yeah, it's not so much of a matter here in this project. I think, yeah, I will hand over the word to someone else. Maybe the next person here in the row to the right. or the left, whoever wants to speak.
I can go on if you want to.
Please.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, my name is Oliver. I'm currently working for Bela Data, which is like a small team of data journalists from a public broadcast in Germany. I can get if you want to. We already worked with public financial data already. Like we were already like sourcing pieces of it, so we might contribute at that end. And on the other side, we as well, or I'm as well interested in working on various of them. We already worked with public financial data already. Like we were already sourcing pieces of it, so we might contribute at that end. And on the other side, we as well, or I'm as well interested in working on various of them.
Where's my turn?
Good. Now I can hear again.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, great. Okay, so whoever speaks now, that's JP, Javier.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to continue with a short introduction?
Sure. So yeah, I'm an electrical engineer, but I made a slight move into data journalism. I like to build data tools. I work with data munging, scraping, cleaning, visualization with R and D3. Basically, building web apps with R and Shiny, and yeah, some of the things I've done include making the analysis with social network of politicians in Colombia. We did also some type of analysis with voting trends for the elections in Colombia. Now that we are undergoing the peace process with the FARC, we're building different apps for helping citizens deciding what's best to vote, and this, I don't know what's the word in English, plebiscito, if someone can understand that. And yeah, so basically I like to build tools to help journalists do their work more efficiently.
Great, that sounds great. And what brought you to this project, actually?
I like to work with different data sources, different people from all over the world. So yeah, just data love.
Great. So next on, maybe Marta, you can say something.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay, well, my name is Marta. I'm a Spanish journalist based in Berlin. And, well, I quite actually new in this data journalism field. I have been working for 4 years in marketing online as a PR. And I decided to quit my job to get back in track with journalism, and I found really interesting data journalism. So I started to do like some courses, online courses about data journalism and how does it work. Actually, I don't have any experience on this, but I hope there are some tasks that I can do and help you guys with this project, because I find it really interesting. And yeah, when I received your proposal, I thought like, okay, maybe I don't have enough experience, but I need to start with something, and maybe I can help you somehow.
Great. Yeah, well, certainly, and I think this combination of also that you live in Berlin, with Spanish background, yeah, this is going to be great to have these different perspectives on this very European project. Maybe next up, Rui, who joined us as the first one on the call. Just a moment, I will unmute you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So hello everybody. I'm Rui. I'm a Portuguese journalism student. Well, I'm really interested in data and data journalism. I've tried to study it, but I need a challenge, you know, to test my skills, because everything that I've done before, they were easy data scraping and that kind of stuff. So I've decided to get in this challenge. I hope I can help you. Since it's my first time in a project like that, like this one, I might not have the right experience. So I'm here to learn, and I hope you can help me, because I'll ask a lot of questions.
That's it's always good, I guess. That's why we have Loic to ask all. And then finally, Xavier. Let me.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so hi to everyone, nice to meet you. My name is Xavier, I'm from France. I'm an artist and also an engineer. I work for a company, a collective, where we do a lot of documentaries about a lot of, but mostly about questions and stuff like this. And I also, in my work as an artist, I heavily rely on IT tools, web scraping and machine learning, stuff like this. So I'm willing to share my experience and my skills to help you scrap and gather the data journalists would need. And I'm really interested to see the whole process of data journalism. So I hope to learn not only on the technical side, but also on what we could actually do with the data. Maybe on data visualization, but also maybe creating some interactive installation and stuff like this to present the results of the work in some other shapes rather than only websites and reports and stuff like this.
Great. Yeah. And finally, I'll echo in a bit. So, yeah. I saw Pinar just joining the call. Pinar, hello, to just give you a quick update. We kind of did a run through on the project, and you just started in time for the round of introductions. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course.
Can you maybe come closer to your microphone?
Yes, I try to do my best.
Yes, that's much better already.
Better? Okay, great. I've been watching it actually, and I was trying to connect. It was really hard to connect. I don't know why. Hi, everybody. I'm from Istanbul right now. sunny day. And I'm working on data journalism and open data field in Turkey since 2013. And I'm also academics at universities in investigative journalism, plus now data journalism trends. I believe I should be very willing to do some projects together and to try to make this environment, this ecosystem together. So my skill, especially I'm interested in data analysis, cleaning the data, and some visualization works with open sources tools. And we finally have an association in Turkey. Actually, we just became an association called Open Data and Data Journalism Association with 7 people. So it's really hard, but we really try to do our best in the environment about data and stuff. Plus, we've been helping and contributing Open Data Index since 2014. And hopefully we're planning to do in local on Turkey. So this is all I can share right now. Maybe quite enough.
Thank you so much. So then we are onto the final point of the call. I see that Oliver said he has problems with the connection. Do more of you have problems with the connection? Is it on our end? Can you all kind of hear me? Can thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs up, great. So Oliver, can you hear us again? Yep, thumbs up from Marta too. And so that's great. Let me quickly get to this one. Pinar. So yeah, on the final thing, we still need to have a name, and we're going to work with as much democracy as we have here with us in the call. Are there, and then we're going to throw it in the Slack if there are major objections to the name that we're pre-picking. Are there any other suggestions for a name then, except for the ones that I send around? Does anyone like to give other have other suggestions for a name, or one of the names that we proposed, which is Subsidy Stories, EU Subsidies Uncovered, or Open ESIF, is someone who says, oh, I have a particular preference. Maybe start.
Well, you know that I like the super subsidize me.
Super, so that's.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Right. So super subsidize me. Noted. Maybe Rui, do you have what's your favorite? Do you have another suggestion?
Well, I was thinking subsidy stories.
Subsidy stories.
Yeah.
Maybe Tara. Nope, can't. JP, was there any suggestion from your side?
Sorry, what are the options? I cannot find them.
Okay, the options are Super Subsidize Me, Subsidy Stories, EU Subsidies Uncovered, or Open ESIF?
Subsidy Stories.
Subsidy Stories, great. Marta?
I don't know. Subsidy stories sounds good, but I think like since we're maybe analyzing European data, we should include European Union or something like that in the name, so then it's more clear, in my opinion, but I don't know.
How about EU Subsidy Stories?
Yeah, that could be perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. So add some EU to that name. Xavier also says 3 points for Subsidy Stories. Rui says 3 points, as they would say. And yeah, I guess I will put it up in the general Slack, but Subsidy Stories sounds good. We're going to check if that domain name is still available, and with that, I would happily put that up as a name. Great. I think then we are through for today. I will send around another. We will, as you've seen, we've been sending you so many emails over the last week. We've been really trying to give this an enormous push to get to work all together as soon as possible. But as you already saw in the first emails, we seriously expected 5 people to respond. So we're still super happy to have everyone on board. That makes all the sourcing of the data so much easier. All this transformation, from something that might be done somewhere in December in timelines that we had in our heads, we're suddenly looking at October that we might already be done. So this is really cool, and really looking forward. Tomorrow I'm going to do a quick screencast. Tomorrow I will record a quick screencast about how to set up a GitHub account for everyone who doesn't have a GitHub account, because we will be working on GitHub as the channel. We have been thinking about different channels, Google Sheets, etc. But to make all our lives easier, let's just keep to one place where we will be all living, plus one place where we're all talking, namely the Slack channel.
Can I just intervene here?
Yeah.
How many of you have already used GitHub?
From only this once. I see some. Okay.
And say no very loudly if you haven't.
Or thumbs up, thumbs down.
No,
I never used it.
No.
But
Okay.
Marta, so for everyone who hasn't, we're gonna we already set up a GitHub help channel. And tomorrow I'm going to do a tutorial on GitHub and then send it around. And then on Friday at 11, I will have again a call about presenting how we're going to use GitHub for the project. Tomorrow will be probably a tutorial that I'm going to record. You're also happy to do a one-on-one session then, just to kind of set up, this is how you set up an account, this is how GitHub General works. And then on Friday, I will do a call on how are we going to use GitHub in this project, what are the different things that we're going to use. And I think since GitHub it's a bit of a hurdle, but then it's pretty awesome to work with. So I'm happy to keep on doing GitHub tutorials and GitHub help all the way until you need it. So that everyone, and Louis says I might need a refresh. So yeah, we are cool. Xavier offers to help with GitHub too. So yeah, I think that's my experience also with the experienced GitHub users. They're always happy to help you out to how it works. So also for everyone listening in or looking at this later, we will be definitely keep on this is one of the things that we will keep on using and keep on explaining. So tomorrow is your first chance to get a tutorial about it. Friday.
When is it?
Tomorrow at 4.
Okay. And Friday, when is it?
At 11.
Okay, so folks, tomorrow at 4, Friday, tomorrow at 4 is the beginners on GitHub. Friday is the follow-up on that, on how we use GitHub for our project.
Yeah, and then next week, Loic, he's still gonna send it around on the Slack. Is gonna give the sourcing beginners and transforming more advanced stuff for people who get into it. But these things we're still planning, because as I said, we're really hit the ground running. So yeah, we keep on talking to each other on Slack, I suppose, and announcing everything.
Can I ask one more question?
Of course.
Okay, so what I want to do next week, it's not a question, it's just a follow-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Great.
So I want to do two little meetings. One is it's basically the 2 meetings corresponds to the 2 big tasks that we have at hand to start with, and the 2 of those tasks, like Anna said, are like sourcing the data and then transforming the data. so that the data can go up in a structured way up in the database. So for sourcing, that's really anybody can do that. It's all about describing and being attentive on how you describe the data that you found. And so let's try and set something up for early next week. Is for those who want to be part of the sourcing team? And even if you do even if you want to do some data wrangling, you're totally welcome or even encouraged to do some sourcing too, because you're not going to wrangle with data unless you've sourced it. So,
and even if you say I'm only here for the journalism thing, we have been working and looking at this journal at the European structural funds since the last 6 months or so. And I'm not a journalist, but I've noticed that it really helps to just get a feel for the data, to at least and get a feel for what kind of stories are in there. What is this data about? What do I see for my own country? What do I see in other countries? So we encourage everyone to, and sourcing data is very simple. It's describing a data set. That's all. Like, these are the columns, this is where the data set is about, etc., etc. It's not hard at all. We would ask everyone to do at least 2, 3, 4, 5, something along those lines, because then we're done in a heartbeat, and it gives everyone kind of a feeling like what's actually in here. And I've done I've sourced some files from Germany, of course, from the Netherlands. I've looked at files from Denmark, I've looked at files from the UK, and I've looked at files from France. It gives you a really cool kind of, okay, this is how the Dutchies, for example, have endless rows that they don't fill in, but they have endless rows. Germany only publishes PDFs and have as little columns as possible. France actually has pretty solid summaries. Also, Poland has really deep dive data. And it's good to have kind of a sense of what's in there also for the next steps when we start to talk about stories. That is my other thing. We've now really focused also in setting up this project on the data part, because before you have data, how to get stories, and at the same time that has to happen simultaneously. But we are not journalists, so I would really, that's definitely something we will keep on talking about in our call as well on Friday. How are we gonna do this right in terms of journalism work? One thing, the call that I just made, if you have guidelines on how to do this right together, please send us these guidelines so that we kind of have a clue on how to do that. But also, if you're a data journalist and you say, oh, I have time and I have experience in more of these large-scale cross-border projects, and you could help us out there, and also more in the coordinating and that kind of things, please send me a private message on Slack or send me an email, because we really need your help. And we really need your help in turning that data into really good stories. So that's it from our side.
So that, just wanted to finish up. How does it sound early next week, say Monday for everybody, or Tuesday for like a tutorial on data sourcing, where we could all discuss together how we do it? Is that something cool? Okay, I'm seeing Marta says perfect, which can't get better. We can't get better than that, really.
Yeah.
So that's kind of all.
What time will it be? Can you hear me?
Yes, we do hear you.
Oh, I think they are. I can't hear them.
That can be done, and maybe also try to understand everybody's availability. Kind of.
And Monday, did you hear me? Monday is Monday. Yeah, Monday for me is okay. It's too much going on, but yes, Monday.
So, is middle of the afternoon something that's convenient for people, or are people do people work, or how does it work?
Noon is good. Noon.
Okay.
I don't know the rest, but noon I think is good. Noon.
Noon. Okay.
Noon.
We'll aim for noon then. I'll start with that, and if people complain, then we'll change.
Okay, and then we got some, yeah, we record everything, so you can always watch it later. I would be happy to also repeat some of these calls, do one call during the day, do one call after work hours, because we also understand it's all, you're all just having your day jobs. So we're already super happy to have you on board. So if we do the calls in the evening, that's fine with me. And that would be, especially the calls with me, could then be also in the evening. And then, yeah, then we will also we'll use the general channel on Slack to discuss these kind of appointments and gather your kind of input on that. So lovely. Thank you so much.
Great, thank
for
you.
joining us. And yeah, let's get this started. Tomorrow, the next call already.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
See you.
See you.
Bye bye.
And let's
Thanks.
keep in touch.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Ciao.